On this video we're taking a look at our NBA team and total picks for the games that are happening on Wednesday, April 13, 2022. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Atlanta Hawks vs Charlotte Hornets. Our first pick is Atlanta -4. And here is why. The Charlotte Hornets are averaging 115.3 points on 46.8% shooting and allowing 114.9 points on 46.6% shooting. Miles Bridges is averaging 20.2 points and 3.8 assists, while LaMelo Ball is averaging 20.1 points and 6.7 rebounds. Terry Rozier is the third double-digit scorer, and Gordon Hayward is dishing 3.6 assists. The Charlotte Hornets are shooting 36.5% from beyond the arc and 74% from the free throw line. The Charlotte Hornets are allowing 36.2% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.6 rebounds per game. The Charlotte Hornets finished the season at 43-39 and 21-20 on the road. They finished the season with 3 straight wins and 6 wins in 10. Hayward has missed considerable time this season and, despite losing his scoring and ball distribution, the Hornets have adjusted without it throughout the season. Kelly Oubre Jr. is averaging 15 points per game in an increased role and gives the Hornets an additional long-range shooter. At the trade deadline, the Hornets added Montrezl Harrell to beef up the inside and provide more rebounding. In 25 games with the Hornets, Harrell is averaging 11.4 points per game and 4.9 rebounds in just over 20 minutes a contest. Like the Hornets, the Atlanta Hawks played well down the stretch, going 7-3 in their last 10 games. They had a higher point differential in their 2-2 season series with the Hornets and thus earned the right to home court advantage in this matchup. On the season, Atlanta went 43-39 overall and, after a slow start this season on their home floor, finished 26-14 at home. The team's second leading scorer and rebounder has been out since March 11th with foot issues. He has not responded well to treatment and it is looking more and more bleak for his return. Without Collins, the Hawks have adjusted to an even more offensively reliant team, starting Danilo Gallinari in the power forward spot, which has given the team an additional floor spacer. DeAndre Hunter has taken over the starting small forward spot, giving the team its best man-to-man defender. Hunter also set career highs in minutes played per game, points and 3PT field goal percent. Atlanta has effectively monitored the games and minutes of high-scoring guard Bogdan Bogdanovic. They kept him away from back-to-backs to protect his knee and kept his minutes under 30 per game. Bogdanovic was one of the Hawks' key scorers in last year's playoffs, and his scoring will be vital to the Hawks' success. In a matchup of two teams that play similarly and rely heavily on offense, I'm giving the edge to the team with more experience. Atlanta made a run last year with primarily the same lineup, although Collins' loss will be more impactful if they advance in the playoffs. Both teams are amongst the top 5 in the NBA in assist-turnover ratio, and both teams are amongst the highest-scoring teams in the league. The difference will be in 3PT shooting accuracy and rebounding. The Hawks are second in the NBA in 3PT shooting percentage, while the Hornets are 23rd in defensing the 3PT shot. The Hawks are not a top 10 team in defensing the 3PT shot either, but the Hornets are not amongst the top 10 teams in 3PT percentage. Capella averaged a double-double against the Hornets this season, exposing their lack of size in the paint. I expect Atlanta to dominate the glass in a game that may feature a number of long rebounds with the amount of 3PT shots put up. Take the more experienced team in what should be an extremely high-scoring affair. Our second pick is over 236.5 points. And here is why. The Atlanta Hawks are averaging 113.9 points on 47% shooting and allowing 112.4 points on 47.1% shooting. Trae Young is averaging 28.4 points and 3.7 rebounds, while John Collins is averaging 16.2 points and 1.8 assists. Bogdan Bogdanovic is the third double-digit scorer, and DeAndre Hunter is grabbing 3.3 rebounds. The Atlanta Hawks are shooting 37.4% from beyond the arc and 81.2% from the free throw line. The Atlanta Hawks are allowing 36.4% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44 rebounds per game. New Orleans Pelicans vs San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio plus 5.5 points. And here is why. The San Antonio Spurs have been well below their usual standards this season, but they won 7 of their last 11 games of the season to sneak their way into the playoff picture with a 34-48 record. Dejounte Murray led the way with averages of 21.1 points, 8.3 rebounds and 9.2 assists per game. Keldon Johnson averaged 17.0 points and 6.1 rebounds, while Jakob Poeltl averaged 13.5 points and 9.3 rebounds per game. As a team, the Spurs scored 113.2 points per game, while shooting 46.7% from the field and 35.2% from the three-point line. San Antonio got off to a terrible start this season, losing 13 of its first 17 games. The Spurs showed their resiliency down the stretch though, winning 7 of their final 11 contests, which included a 3-game losing skid last week. They have gone unbeaten against the spread in 7 straight games. San Antonio won 3 out of the 4 meetings between these teams in the regular season, including a 107-103 win in the most recent outing. The Spurs are coming off a 130-120 loss at Dallas on Sunday. They have never had a winning record this season, but they still have a chance to advance to the playoffs. New Orleans got off to an even worse start this season, losing 12 of its first 13 games. The Pelicans played much better down the stretch before dropping its final 2 contests. They were blown out by Memphis on Saturday and added a 21-point loss to Golden State on Sunday. Small forward Brandon Ingram, who is the team's second leading scorer, missed both of those games with a hamstring injury. He is listed as probable to return for Wednesday's game. Ingram is scoring 22.7 points and dishing out 5.6 assists per game, helping pace an offense that is number 21 in the NBA in points per game, 109.3. San Antonio has been the most undervalued team in the NBA over the past 2 weeks, going unbeaten against the spread in 7 straight games. The Spurs have really ramped up the defensive intensity, jumping to the top of the league in defensive efficiency. Johnson has really stepped up his game as well, averaging more than 20 points per game over his last 11 outings. Murray is one of the top point guards in the NBA, so the Spurs will be able to go toe-to-toe with New Orleans in this game. The Pelicans are banged up right now, which certainly does not help in a game of this magnitude. And our second pick is under 230. And here is why. The New Orleans Pelicans struggled for most of the season until they acquired CJ McCollum and won 9 of their last 15 games to earn a spot in the play-in with a 36-46 record. CJ McCollum led the team with averages of 24.3 points, 4.5 rebounds and 5.8 assists in the 26 games he played. Brandon Ingram averaged 22.7 points, 5.8 rebounds and 5.6 assists per game, while Jonas Valanciunas averaged 17.8 points, 11.4 rebounds and 2.6 assists per game. As a team, the Pelicans scored 109.3 points per game while shooting 45.7% from the field and 33.2% from the three-point line. New Orleans is allowing an average of 110.3 points per game, which is 13th in the NBA, but over the final 2 games of the regular season the Pelicans allowed 128 points and 141 points. New Orleans allows a field goal shooting percentage of 47.1%, which is 24th, and a three-point shooting percentage of 36.5%, which is 26th. The Pelicans are 11th in rebounding with an average of 45.2 boards per game and are allowing an average of only 41.8 boards per game, which is 3rd best in the NBA. Jonas Valanciunas averages 11.4 boards per game to lead New Orleans and is the SWAT commander with a team-best 0.8 blocked shots per game. Herbert Jones is the leader in steals with an average of 1.7 per game. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.